On Saturday, April 18th, we'll see the return to the ring of light heavyweight hopeful Ben Whittaker. Whittaker has now aligned himself with Matchroom Boxing, which is a larger promotional group than Ben Shalom's Boxer. And there's an opportunity for Hearn and Matchroom to showcase Whittaker not only on more featured bouts, cards, but on an international level because Matchroom takes a lot of their bouts around the world globally. So this is a showcase for Ben Whittaker. Now, Braian Suarez from Argentina is coming into this bout, and he's looking to show that it's not all over for himself because he is an aging fighter. He's not the fighter that he once was. And when you consider that he's presently 34 years of age, he stands 6 foot tall, and he has a record of 21 wins, 4 losses, and 20 KOs. He can crack. But the thing about it is, 4 of his last losses were in his last 6 fights. So when you think about it, being stopped a couple of times and losing a majority decision, it hasn't worked out favorable for him. And Whittaker, a showcasing talent who is unorthodox, but does have strength and youth on his size. In fact, I believe Whittaker stands 6'3", and he's very athletic. He has fast hands, and he showed in his most recent fight, which was a fight against Benjamin Gavazzi, where he stopped him in 1 round. He had him on the canvas a couple of times before the fight was stopped permanently. His rematch against Liam Cameron that goes back to April of 2025 saw him score a 2nd round TKO stoppage over Liam Cameron. My thing on Whittaker is he showed us something in that fight where his record is presently 10 wins, no losses, and 1 draw with 7 KOs. That one fight that was the previous bout against Liam Cameron, where it ended with a technical draw in 6 rounds after both fighters fell out of the ring over the top of the ring apron, where it appeared that Liam Cameron had an advantage and Whittaker was seemingly coming apart mentally, not knowing how to handle how Cameron was handling him. So out of the frustration, it appeared that he pulled Cameron over him out of the ring. A lot was said about that, but it wasn't just the antics and tactics of pulling Cameron out of the ring with him. It was the fact that Cameron got up ready to continue on with the fight. And then it was at that point that Whittaker was saying he couldn't continue because his ankle was now injured. We never heard much about him going to the doctor to have that checked out or whatever. We just know that he escaped with a draw in a situation where it really looked like he might be on his way to his first loss against the veteran and Cameron. But he did more than make up for it in the second fight, which was, like I said, a 2nd round TKO stoppage. But also Cameron didn't fight the same way in the second fight. There was something a little weird about that rematch. This fight between Suarez and Whittaker is supposed to take place at the Liverpool Arena in Liverpool, England. And we can expect a biased, partisan crowd for Whittaker on his behalf. And it remains to be seen whether or not he's going to continue to be a showboat coming into the fight. He was doing that quite a bit before the loss to Cameron. I don't think he needs to do those kind of things, but I do believe he needs to focus down and look at his opponents with much more seriousness, because he's in a position where he's going to be climbing a ladder. The light heavyweights have some fighters that will test his mettle, and we're going to find out whether or not Hearn and Matchroom are going to take a slow route with him, hoping that some of those guys at the top of the division knock one another off, or if Hearn is going to expedite championship opportunities by finding the weakest link and working on from there. We just don't know. Also on the fight card will be Peter McGrail, who has been a super bantamweight sensation for the UK, very popular, taking on Kari Kanai Mancilla, who's also from Argentina. Now, when we think about McGrail, he's 29 years of age, a southpaw, and he lost his last fight, which was in December of 2025 against Shabazz Massoud. But prior to that, he had a string of victories, and going back to a KO loss to Jericho O'Quinn from December of 2023. So those are the two losses on McGrail's record. And out of his 12 victories, he has 6 KOs. Now he fights out of his birthplace, Liverpool, and I'm quite certain the crowd will be more than behind when he takes on Mancilla. But their fight will be for the WBO Intercontinental Super Bantamweight title, which is vacant at the present time. Whether or not that's going to mean much, it's still scheduled for 10 rounds, and it should be something that will give the fans a little bit of meat before the main course. Now, Ben Whittaker, again, it'll be interesting to see what happens if he's successful and spectacular in victory. In spectacular, I mean that he should be able to break down Suarez over a few rounds and then take him out. If he can do that and continue and to string together a succession of bouts with stoppages, that's where he's gonna kind of redeem himself. But it, again, with boxing, you never know. What can Whittaker really take a shot? We don't know that yet. He's been athletic enough to get out of the way of punches and things like that and be evasive because he has great mobility and good feet. But I worry about his ticker under pressure and under serious contention. We will find out eventually. So you'll be able to tune in for this fight on Saturday, April 18th. It'll be broadcast live on Dazn. This is Stormy B-Man. Shout out to the mighty LDBC and Liberated Perspective, a third eye view of the world. For more content such as this, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Let me know what your thoughts are about Ben Whittaker. Where do you see him presently? And do you see him really developing into a contender for one of the world titles? Leave comments and let's discuss further. Peace to everyone out there, and everyone please remain